Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to make a sympathy card using lots of Anna Griffin gorgeous products. Now, some point in our crafting life we will be asked to make a sympathy card. It doesn't have to be black and white and it doesn't have to be lilies. So I want to create something for you that's really pretty, that lets somebody know that we're thinking of them in their darkest time. So I'm starting off with a 7x5" card. This is an ivory card. Everything I do use I'll put in my blog in the description along with the project, so you'll be able to see all the details of all the items. So this is a 7x5" card and this is what it looks like on our cardometer. There you can see and get a perspective at home of the size of the card that I'm using. It's not as big as the A5 and it's larger than the A6. So that's our card base. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp score along the edge. And then we're going to do the inside first, because I think the inside is just as important as the outside. Now I've cut out a rectangle of ivory. It's like a cardstock, paper stock. It's about 140 GSM for anybody who's wanting the weight, but it doesn't have to be that weight. It could be thinner, it could be thicker. I've just cut it to fit. And I've stamped using one of Anna's Say It Anyway stamps. And this says, "To you in your time of loss, extending sincere sympathy." So I've just used a black Stays On ink pad for that. And I've got double-sided tape on the back of it. Now, I know sympathy cards are one of those things that, you know, we don't tend to make until we need them, because it's just, well, for me, it's something that I don't have a bag full of them, you know, ready for when something happens. So I think they're very personal and you always make them to sort of fit the person that you're sending them to. And I just hope this gives you a little bit of an idea. So that's the insert and the sentiment part. Now we're going to be using butterflies, because I believe butterflies are a very important part in when you're sending sympathy, and I think sometimes they can mean a lot when somebody's passed away. So Anna has a brilliant set and it's called the All About Birds and Butterflies, the die cuts, and you simply pop them out of the sheet that they're being carried in. So what I've done is I've popped 3 out and I've run them through my Xyron machine, just my little sticker maker, because, you know, I don't need my big machine for this. And I'm simply going to add one of them through the centre of the actual sentiment, like that. And then I'm going to add one just at one side of the card, like that. And then I think the third one, shall we go for that corner or shall we go for that one? I think we'll go for this corner. So that now is our inside complete. You've got enough room for your message to and from. It says what you need it to say, and you've got your pretty butterflies in your corners. So now we can do the outside. So I'm just going to give it a good score again. And our base layer for the base layer of the card, sorry, you'd think I'd learnt to speak after all this time, wouldn't you? This is from the Lovely Layers from Anna. It's 7x5" as they all are in the set, and I've already put double-sided tape on the back of it. Now it's showing as a portrait pattern, which normally a lot of people would think, oh, I have to use it that way in the card. Well, I'm going to use it landscape way, because I'm not frightened of using a portrait pattern in a landscape manner. just because we're going to cover some of it up, so it's not like a repeat pattern that has to be used in that direction, as it were. So let's pop this onto the front of the card. So with them being 7 by 5 inches, they fit perfectly like that. My next layer is one of the All Heart dies, and it's one of my favourite dies. I do like this lattice. So I've not put anything sticky on the back of it because I'm just going to add some wet glue and through the centre like that. If I'd have had a larger Xyron, I could have taken it through that and just run my embossing pen around the edge to break the adhesive. So, but unfortunately, I've only got a little one at the moment. I'm working on it though. So I'm just adding the little bit of wet glue there and there, and I'm going to place it through the centre of the card like that. Now the glue that I've put through the centre will be covered up anyway because we're going to put something over that. So we'll just give it a few seconds to start to stick in the other areas that we've got the glue. Then I've gone to Anna's Collage Toppers 2, the decoupage Toppers 2, and I've taken the one that says with deepest sympathy, and I've trimmed it down because I want it to fit from using my card landscape. I've got 3D foam on the back of it, so I'm just going to position it through the centre of our die cut that we've got. Now I've got to admit, already this card just looks so pretty, but I'm going to just add a little pink bow at one side, one of Anna's pre-made satin bows, and then at the other side I've got one of the butterflies that I've taken from the die cut sheet, and as I'm pointing over to the die cut sheet, which is quite funny because you can't see that, but anyway, so I've taken one of the butterflies from the die cut sheet and I've simply scored 2 lines along either side of its body on the butterfly, and I'm going to fold the wings like that, and then I've got a little bit of tape running through the centre, so I can take the tape backing away like that, and then I'm just going to add 2 foam pads at either side on the wings like that. Now that's not necessarily to glue them down, but it's to keep them raised up a little bit, and I'm just going to pop the butterfly there, and so you can see the wings are up a little bit and it's as if it's in flight. Now that, I think, is a very pretty sympathy card, and it is showing somebody that you're thinking of them in their dark times. It's got the butterflies that mean a lot to, you know, a lot of people, and it's pretty on the inside as well as the outside. It stands up nicely, it's not too thick. Your butterfly will go flat for the envelope and then spring back up because it's got the foam pads underneath, so you can put it in a normal envelope to post it. So I think that, you know, anybody who receives that will know that you've taken the time and trouble to create something special for them, and they will, you know, they'll probably keep that. So check my blog out for other ideas, and you never know, there might be a project that you really like on there. There's hundreds of them now. I just keep going, I'm like a machine. I love hearing from you, and I love hearing what you want to see, things like that. If there's anything you don't know how to do, let me know. I can't promise, but I can add it to my list. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.